Greetings, everybody. I am the Starving Martian, and I am very, very pleased to be able to begin the year 2019 with a look at what I consider to be one of the holy grails of Mars Attacks collecting, and that is Mars Attacks from Tiger Laser Games. Alright, now this was put out in the year 1996 to coincide with the release of the film by the same name. This is in fact based on that movie. Um, and it is one of the few Mars Attacks related video games ever released, which seems like something of a shame. Mars Attacks sounds like it would lend itself quite easily to video game making, but unfortunately, aside from some computer discs available with some of the action figures released by Trendmasters, this is it. This is the only Mars Attacks video game available, and it is a handheld game put out by Tiger Electronics. Now, Tiger, they made their they staked their claim to fame back in the late 80s, early 90s with these kind of handheld electronic games with liquid crystal display screens, and basically you'd have pre-printed graphics inside of the game, and you can make your characters move in a limited amount of ways. Most of these came with a simple direction pad and jump attack buttons. I remember owning the Castlevania Simon's Quest one as a kid. It was the one thing I wanted for Christmas. We didn't have a Nintendo yet at that point. Yeah, I know, I was a deprived child. And I desperately wanted to play me some Simon's Quest, so I begged for the Tiger Electronics Simon's Quest. And did get it for Christmas, and wasn't terribly good at it, but I could still walk around and whip evil, just like my friends who actually own a Nintendo, and I was quite pleased at the time. And but by 1996, the market had changed quite a lot because of obviously the Nintendo Game Boy. Um, in fact, by '96, the Game Boy itself had some competition out there. None of which was really cutting too terribly into its profit margin, but Tiger handheld games were starting to look less and less impressive when you could actually have real cartridge-based video game systems. Um, and so what Tiger did is they started to go a little bit gimmicky. The game started to come with different joystick options. Like there was a Batman and Robin one that actually had a little Batman you could screw in as a joystick. Um, they came with different lights and sounds and things like that. And one of the things that they tried is this here, the Laser Game series, which, as you can see, does not have any direction buttons or anything because it's played completely with a laser gun. It's like laser tag. There's indicators on the screen where you're supposed to aim when a character pops up. And we're going to see that in just a minute when I open this. Let me just say now, if I haven't mentioned it yet, this is going to be part one of a two-part look at this thing because I'm not going to have time today to actually get into any gameplay. So we're going to do a let's play of this next time around. And I can't guarantee I'll get more than like 2 levels in, but at least you'll be able to see some of the gameplay aspects. But that's going to be in our next video. For now, we're just going to take a look. I think this is a piece of art to me. This just looks great on any display shelf if you're a Mars Attacks fan. So let's get in on the packaging before we open it up. I have already pre-opened this and put the batteries in and everything, but I did it in such a way that I could slide it back in here because it does look really nice in this case. It's got a 3D bubble here. It's got a picture of the Martian from the movie, but the artwork on the game itself is just this beautiful neo-retro style. It's like a 90s version of what the 50s artwork kind of would have looked like. You got this panicked crowd here in the corner, the saucers, the alien, and it's just beautiful. You have here a look at what the graphics are going to look like in game. Moving down, you see the folded up gun and a picture of what the gun actually does. It does not shoot any visible red laser blasts, unfortunately. You can't see it going pew pew, but turn it around. Get some more very nice artwork here. And in this case, we see this poor unfortunate lady being skeletized, or possibly just x-rayed, but knowing the Martians, we're going to go skeletized. And just a really great image of the Martians here. And little description of the game. They're here, the Martians have landed. You can see their megacephalic heads, I guess that's how you say it, and bulbous eyes as they rise up to meet you. You're part of the rebel force that has the courage to fight back. The survival of the world hangs in the balance as you shoot with pistols, rifles, and even the Martians' own death ray. You must shoot the Martians on sight, even the slightest hesitation on your part, and the Martians will unleash their power with devastating fury. This is it, the final reckoning, mankind versus Martian. Only one will survive to see a new day. And from the little bit of gameplay I've actually done so far, it's been the Martians every single time. Oh well, we all kind of root on the bad guys, don't we? So, so let's pop this bad boy out and see what the actual game unit looks like. So, here we go. Out of the package is Tiger's Mars Attacks game. And the great thing about this is that even outside the package, it displays very well because this bottom portion here, and this is for gameplay purposes, collapses down and clicks into place like that. And so, so it could sit there and offer targets for you to shoot at. So it displays very nicely, just sitting on your shelf like this. And yeah, I think that's an excellent display piece in and of itself, which is good because these things are monstrously expensive. This is why I call it one of the holy grails of Mars Attacks collecting, because they're hard to come by, and they're even harder to come by at a good price. I've seen these things in opened packages going for like $70. I've seen them used outside of the package and missing the gun for about $35. And really, I think as a display piece, it works better as a display piece than it does as an actual functioning game. The game itself is fun, but it's not really much to write home about. So if you wanted to save some money and get a used one, even without the gun, it still displays well. But if you want one that actually works and functions, you're going to be dishing out some serious money. This is the gun that it comes with. See, it says Tiger Laser Games on it. The handle just unfolds. The gun takes, I believe, 2 AAA batteries. The game unit itself takes 4 AA. So that's 6 batteries altogether to play this thing. And so the way that this gun works is if we look at the screen here, you'll see these 4, looks like little tiny light bulbs. Those are the sensors. That's what you're actually going to be aiming for. The Martians will pop up usually on towards the corner of the game. So when you're shooting at the Martians, this will indicate whether or not you've actually hit it. And then the hit indicator here will light up. And I'm really hoping that it comes out well. If my next video is not a gameplay of this, that means that the camera cannot pick it up. And I am very sorry for that, but we're going to give it a shot when we get that far. The gun itself, the game makes noises and the gun makes its own sounds. So you push the trigger, can you hear that? Very, very muted sound. But that lets you know that the trigger's been pushed properly, and it also kind of tells you that the batteries are still fresh. And so that's what's... And when you are actually using this, you want to put your finger here, because otherwise it's just going to fold the handle in while you're trying to use it. You don't want to do that. So the Martians will pop up on the screen. You'll blast away at them like that. Fold the gun up when you're done. Pop it back in for storage. You're good to go. Alright, now aside from the game and the gun, you also get, if you buy it new in package, an advertisement for Game.com. As I said, Tiger Handheld Games were on their way out at this time. This was their last-ditch effort to stay alive. Now, Game.com was a cartridge-based system, and you could buy a separate modem for it and connect it to the internet. It played black and white titles. Here's a good ad for their Batman and Robin. See Batman fighting what appears to be Bane. I love their description of this. Based on the soon-to-be a classic new Warner Brothers film. If they only knew. I like that movie. I'm not going to lie. I prefer this one to Dark Knight Rises. Fight me in the comics if you will. But so Game.com, their last-ditch effort to stay alive, didn't really work out for them, unfortunately. And you also, of course, get the instruction booklet. Now this thing, this is one of the reasons I recommend buying new, is because the instruction booklet itself is really nice. Got same bit of artwork there, the Martian from the film. First Contact gives you the story of the movie, and I'm assuming most of us here have seen the movie. If not, I don't know what you're doing watching this video. Pause it right now, go watch the film, it's awesome. Martians attack Earth, only you can stop them. So a quick rundown shows you how to work the gun. Now the thing I like about the instruction booklet is, besides showing you, to point the gun at the screen, which I think most of us could have figured out on our own, it does actually give us a lot of screenshots, which is nice. Here we have the game start animation, and my camera's not going to focus. That's about as good as we're getting, sorry. Flying saucers appear from the sky, they destroy the city, humans flee wherever they can. Here's a shot at the Martians in-game. And it shows you to shoot the reload wheel there when you're out of ammo. What happens when you crack their head domes? You have to hit the Martians twice to kill them, unless you have the death ray. This here is the Martian spy girl. And multiple of her will appear. You have to make sure to shoot her, but don't shoot actual humans, which can be distinguished by the fact that they're wearing pants instead of a dress and they have a different hairdo. There's also doves in cages, which will appear and unleash the dove effect. The Martians will become too distracted to harm you for a short while. So, it's got that going on. And seek sweet justice. Here's your enemies, the basic Martian. The Martian trooper, who actually looks more like the Martian ambassador, but whatever. The Martian spy girl and the flying saucer. Now, the flying saucers will shoot cattle. There's cattle that appear on screen. If you let the cattle get destroyed, you lose health. If you let a innocent human get injured, you lose health. If you shoot a human, you lose health. If an alien shoots you, you lose health. There's a lot of ways to lose health in this game. So even though it sounds like it should be simple, you only have 4 spots on the screen to shoot, it is frantic, and which is, you're going to spend whatever you're spending on this. You don't want to breeze through it in like a 10-minute period and then have nothing to do. So, anyhow, so assuming I can get the camera to actually focus on the screen, next time around we will be doing some gameplay of Mars Attacks. And even if I can't, I think we'll do it anyway. If it comes out fuzzy, then so be it. I'll redo it later if I get a better camera. But until then, guys, this has been the Starving Martian. Hope you appreciated this look at Mars Attacks from Tiger Laser Games. As always, keep watching the skies, and we'll talk with you later. Bye.